we're on the roof, and we can see a lot of things. I'm not gonna. Oh my God! Like I can talk here for like an hour.
Let's hear it.
You better get started. Yeah.
It's not like we have a plane to catch.
Best storyteller in Israel.
Wow. So we're on the roof, and you can see that a few buildings around us are strange, and you immediately want to know what's this and what's that and what's this. So I'll go real brief. Okay, so the roof itself has this little tower, which is called the minaret. Okay, all around the Muslim world. It's the tower on top of the mosque where a gentleman whose name is the muazzin, it's his job to go up there 5 times a day and call for the prayers. Okay, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Yeah, you heard that?
Mm-hmm.
We heard that in
Trifle.
Okay. The reason Islam have that tradition of calling for prayer is because before people had watches and they didn't know the time, the 5 prayers are according to the day of light. Okay, there's one before sunlight, and then there was 3 during the day, and 1 is like after sundown. And it's hard for you to follow when's time to pray if you don't have a watch and no one knows. Is it 5 minutes? Come in an hour? So they had, so one person keeps track of the time, and he calls everyone and tells them now it's time to come and pray. That's the only reason they have a muazzin. Okay.
How does he know what time it is?
One person he knows, and he lets everyone else. Okay. Today he pushes his iPod. In the old days someone used to walk up there and like call out, right? Sing it from And today they have loudspeakers, and he pushes his iPod and it goes play, and it's goes on and on. Okay. So that's it. This big structure that we see here, this is called the Abbey of Dormition. Okay, the Abbey of Dormition. It's commemorating an event with the Virgin Mary that, again, according to the Christian traditions, she did not die like a real death, but she fell into this eternal coma. Okay, she sleeps. And in the basement of this Abbey of the Dormition, there's like a area commemorating that eternal sleep that the Virgin Mary is in. And the church is built like in a German style, and it belongs to the German Catholic, I forgot their order. Okay, it's actually a very pretty church. If you come on one of my Christian tours, we're going to go visit there. Okay, beyond the Abbey of Dormition, you can see the walls of the old city. It's like, what do you call those? Shiniyot, like the teeth.
Ramparts.
Yeah, is that their name?
I think so, yeah.
Like it looks like a comb on its upside down. Okay, that's the walls of the old city. So, as I said earlier, Mount Zion always was part of the old city, but just because recently the Turks built the wall there, Mount Zion is outside. Okay, on the far side, beyond the old city, you can see hills with towers. That's Mount Zion and Mount Scopus. Remember the first time we came here, overlooked on Jerusalem, on the day we did Shechianu? We did it from there. The tower beyond the yellow construction thing, ladder, that's the university, Hebrew University, and that's where we did the lookout point. And Mount of Olives, with the big cemetery on that area with the pointy clock tower, that's Mount of Olives with the cemetery. The big Jewish cemetery, all those rocks, that's where thousands and tens of thousands of Jews are buried. On the site where the tradition, the Messiah will come, and when he walks through to Jerusalem, all the dead will rise. So you want to be close to the original route where that will happen. Did we lose people? Okay. The reason we're actually here is because we wanted to talk a little bit more about King David. And we heard a few stories about him and what he did in the desert and running away from King Saul. And later he became king himself. The first 7 years of his reign, he actually was the king in the city of Hebron, okay, which is not his hometown. His hometown is actually Bethlehem, but Hebron was the capital of his tribe, the tribe of Judah. And after 7 years, he becomes the king of the United Kingdom of the tribes of the south and the tribes of the north. And now he needs to relocate his capital. The capital, which was in the city of Hebron, he's looking for a new location, and he decides on Jerusalem. for a few reasons, but one like really, really significant reason. Okay? Anyone want to guess what the significant reason that he chose Jerusalem was? He's still alive. We're talking about King David himself. Okay? Why did David choose to relocate his capital from Hebron to Jerusalem?
In the middle?
In the middle? Yeah?
Easy to defend.
Easy to defend? Okay. What else do you need for a capital?
The weather's good.
Water?
Weather, water,
Jerusalem
Okay.
stone.
Jerusalem stone. All right. Okay, a lot of ideas, and they're all important. But the major reason that David decided on this location was politics. Okay, he was a good politician. What are the politics? It's pretty much what you said about the middle. Okay, Jerusalem was not Jewish. They're not Jews yet. It was not a Israelite town. Okay, the tribes in the south were in Hebron and Bethlehem. The tribes in the north were in Shechem and Beit El. Jerusalem was inhabited by foreign people, the Jebusites, they would call them. And it was on the border between the tribes. It did not belong to them and to them. So David, what does David want to do? He wants to unite all the tribes together under one king. They're fighting each other. And the way to do that is to choose a neutral area, relocate the capital, everyone's happy. No one can say, oh, I wanted this, why not in my tribe, why not in my tribe? And I want to take you 2,000 years later to someone you might heard his name. And I think he read the Bible pretty well. And his name is General George Washington. Heard of him? Sound familiar?
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of
He read the Bible. How do I know he read the Bible? When America started, the states were fighting over the capital. Everyone has credits. Philadelphia, well, we had the Declaration, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Boston, oh, Bunker Hill, Tea Party, it's us. New York, I don't know, all the money's here, the port. I don't know, Richmond, Virginia. They're all, everyone wants to be the capital. And GW, he knows that people are going to be, annoyed. So he says, let's see what King David did. Oh, wow, yeah, this guy was smart. He took neutral ground, does not belong to any state, okay, the District of Columbia. And let's relocate the capital there, and everyone's going to be happy. Okay, he learned from the smart guys, right? Okay, so David's star is shooting sky high. Everything he does goes his way. He wins all the wars. He defeats. He moves the capital here. He moves the ark here. He unites the tribes. He's fighting all the enemies, and everything he does, like he marries all the beautiful girls, and he has lots of kids. And wow, this is a shining star. And what could go wrong with King David's career? Until something goes wrong. And what goes wrong? Well, first of all, there's a little hint of something going wrong a chapter earlier, because we read that there was a war going on and he's walking around the palace. Okay, that's the first time we hear this about him, because until then he's always leading the troops in the battlefields. And then the first time we hear there's a war going on and David's walking around the palace. Now, okay, I guess he's bored. He's walking around the terrace. And he's like, oh my God, what am I going to do today? And then he sees on the balcony, on a house somewhere around, a beautiful girl bathing on the roof. Oops.
Oh.
A lot of skin exposed.
Hotsy,
there.
nice.
And like this, Now he's the king. King David.
It's good to be the king.
Good to be the king. And he sends for the girl. And I guess he's the king, so she cannot, disobey. She comes over. I guess they get pretty intimate.
Right.
Because the next thing we read is that, she...
Oh, Prego.
Okay, now,
Might have been
the two problems, okay? She's married. And her husband is an officer in his army fighting his ward, the king's wars.
Shakespearean.
His name is Uriah, okay? Not Uriah Heep. Uriah the Hittite, okay? He's not Jewish. He's from a foreign tribe. He's loyal to the king. He's an officer in his army. He's fighting his war. The king is in the palace messing around with his wife.